Welcome back, class! Glad to see you all keen and eager to learn more with me, your favorite raid professor. Today we're going to conclude our lecture series on artifact sets, covering the ones that you can only get from some of the more unique places in raid. Some of these sets are going to be complicated, so take notes, folks. We're kicking things off today with the Relentless Set. Wear 4 of these artifacts and you'll get an 18% chance of getting an extra turn. Pretty sweet, right? There is a trade-off. The 18% chance lowers for each extra turn you get. You can see the exact numbers on screen right now. It's okay though, after Relentless fails to give you an extra turn, the chance resets back to 18%. And how do you get your hands on these sweet artifacts? Through tournaments, plain and simple. Aim for that top spot, as this is a very powerful set to have. Next up, let's tackle the sets you can earn in the arena, starting with the Divine sets. These 2-piece sets are more impressive versions of their normal counterparts, coming with an added 3-turn shield buff, equal to 15% of the wearer's max HP. They're not too hard to get either. All of them drop from bronze, silver, and gold tier weekly chests in Classic Arena. It's easy. Even I've got some. For those of you on the honor roll, Classic Arena's Platinum tier offers some truly special artifacts. First up, we have Swift Parry, a 4-piece set that grants the wearer 18% more speed and 30% more critical damage. But wait, there's more. You'll also get a 50% chance of cheating death with a timely unkillable buff when they're smacked with a fatal hit. It's a lifeline for you glass cannons. The other Platinum Arena artifact set is Deflection, and it's perfect for your beefier champions. It's a 4-piece set that boosts HP and defense by 20%, and grants a 25% chance to deflect a buff back onto the attacker. Huh, I guess that's why it's called Deflection. Anyway, moving on. From Classic Arena to Live Arena now, we have Impulse and Zeal artifacts. With Impulse, wearers get a 12% speed increase and a 30% chance to reduce a random skill's cooldown by 1 turn. My therapist usually advocates against impulsiveness, but I guess it's okay here, huh? It's universally helpful too. Everybody can get back to doing what they do best, but quicker. Then there's Zeal, another 4-piece collection. This one offers a 25% boost to critical damage, with an additional 7.5% overall damage boost for every 25% HP that the target has. If you're the quickest out of the gate, you can make use of the extra 25% critical damage and an extra 30% overall damage to demolish your opponent. So that's all the arena artifact sets you can get your hands on. But we've got no time to waste. Let's shift to the Forge, a handy magic anvil where you can craft unique artifacts as long as you have the materials. Forging materials can be found all over raid. I'm talking faction wars, classic arena rewards, events, tournaments, Doom Tower, they're everywhere. So let's dive into all the artifacts you can craft here. There's plenty of them, so it's time for a lightning round. First off, Resilience and Perception. Both are 2-piece sets and can be crafted using materials found in Classic Arena and Faction Wars. Resilience is ideal for defenders and supporters, offering a 10% boost to HP and defense alike. Perception, on the other hand, is ideal for debuffers and attackers, boosting accuracy by 40 points and speed by 5%. These hybrid sets are easy enough to craft and can be paired with lots of other sets. We love versatility. Okay, next up, artifacts crafted using Doom Tower materials, starting with the Fatal Set. Crafted from the remnants of the Magma Dragon, this 2-piece set boosts the wearer's attack by 15% and critical rate by 5%. All killer, no filler. Moving on, we've got Untouchable. This 4-piece set gives the wearer 40 points of resistance and grants immunity for 2 turns. Did I already make an immunity joke? Anyway, you'll need to crush the Scarab King to make these artifacts. Ooh, a fun one, Affinitybreaker. This 4-piece set not only gives you an extra 30% critical damage, but it also has a 50% chance to change a weak hit into a critical hit. Little tip from me, class, use this when taking on the Phantom Shogun. Play a visit to the Nether Spider in the Doom Tower to grab the materials to craft this set. From Nether Spider to Frost Spider, we're looking at the Frostbite Set next. This 2-piece set gives you a 15% chance to block freeze debuffs, and a 10% chance to place a freeze debuff back on your attacker. This set is Tormund's worst nightmare. Shh, don't tell him I told you that. Next up, we have the 4-piece Bloodthirst Set, courtesy of the Eternal Dragon. Similar to Lifesteal, the set not only heals the wearer by 30% of the damage dealt, but also boosts their critical rate by 12%. Consider it a trade-up from Lifesteal, assuming you can take the Eternal Dragon down. Here's a set that's perfect for protectors, Guardian. This 4-piece set enables the wearer to absorb 10% of all damage dealt to allies, and also heal by 10% every turn. Put this on your hardiest champions and watch them become a walking shield. You'll need to pluck some feathers from the Celestial Griffin to craft these artifacts. And we have another tanky set, Fortitude. Defeating Bommel the Dreadhorn will let you craft this 2-piece set, which grants an additional 10% defense and 40 points of resistance. We love it when it's nice and simple. The last of the Doom Tower sets is Lethal. 4 artifacts from this set will give the wearer an extra 10% critical rate, but the real kicker is that it lets them ignore 25% of the enemy's defense. It's an upgraded Savage set that lets your attackers become even more, what's the word, lethal. Defeat Astronix the Dark Fae and you'll be good to go. Whew, that was a lot to cover. Wait, there's more? Okay, let's keep going. For these final few artifacts, you get them from clan-based activities. Let's dive in with the set you get from the clan shop, Killstroke. This is another great 2-piece set for damage dealers, boosting critical damage by 20% and speed by 5%. I don't know who's naming these sets though. So violent. Last 4, here we go! First up, we'll cover the Demon Lord Clan Boss, who drops Cruel and Immortal artifacts. Cruel, a 2-piece set, boosts attack by 15% and lets you ignore 5% of an enemy's defense. Not as hard-hitting as some of the others we've looked at today, but it can add a little oomph if your damage dealers need it. The other set, Immortal, is also a 2-piece, but geared toward bulkier champions. It boosts HP by 15% and also heals you by 3% every turn. Mix and match with other sets to make your bonuses work just right. And finally, class, we've come to some of the most sought-after artifacts in Raid, Stone Skin and Protection, guarded by the deadly Hydra. They work differently to every other artifact set we've covered, as you get a varying bonus for each piece equipped, with extra bonuses for accessories that are also part of these sets. Amazing, right? The Stone Skin set is the first of the 2 variable sets. While its bonuses to HP, resistance, and defense are great, the real magic happens when you equip 4, 6, and 9 pieces. This is when you get the Stone Skin buff, and this thing is awesome. So what exactly does this buff do? Well, it grants a special shield buff worth 50% of a champion's max HP. But it doesn't stop there. It also makes a champion immune to all debuffs except for HP burn and bombs, and decreases all incoming damage by a whopping 85%. I mean, have you ever tried punching something made out of stone? I would not recommend it. At 4 pieces equipped, you get the buff for 1 turn with a 50% chance of blocking its removal or theft. At 6 pieces equipped, the buff lasts for 2 turns, and 9 pieces equipped increases the value of the stone skin buff to 75% of the wearer's max HP. It doesn't take a genius to know this is a must-have set for tanky champions. Be careful though, it's not impenetrable. Bombs and HP burn will ruin your day. The second variable set we have is Protection. The name itself doesn't exactly refer to its protective bonuses, although the extra resistance, HP, and speed are always welcome. Instead, the name Protection refers to the chance of protecting buffs that the wearer puts out, making them impossible to remove or steal. How do we know something's protected? It has a neat little yellow border around its icon. You can't miss it. Similar to Stone Skin, the Protection Set truly shines when equipping 4, 6, or 9 pieces of gear. 4 grants you a 25% chance of protecting buffs, 6 pieces a 50% chance, and the full 9 pieces a massive 75% chance. Equipping the full set also means that allies deal 5% more damage per each buff placed by the wearer of this set. Neat. Oh yes, important note. If a skill applies several buffs at once, each buff will have its protection chance rolled separately, so a single case of bad luck won't mess up your plans. It is my expert learned opinion from this script right here that support champions who specialize in placing plenty of buffs will benefit the most from this set. They get to go faster, live longer, and protect their buffs. What's not to love? Wow, deep breath class. That's all of them done. I crushed this lecture, if I do say so myself. I trust you'll all implement what you've learned here as part of this lecture series, so go forth, my students. Raid a dungeon, conquer the arena, beat up the Hydra. The choice is yours. Whoa, wait a minute, quick disclaimer. There are some artifacts in the Forge that I've not mentioned here. Ones like Instinct, Bolster, Defiant, and Righteous. These are special sets linked to the Forge Pass. These are seasonal passes that allow you to complete challenges and get the Forge materials needed to make artifacts as a reward. So keep your eyes open, take part, and grab these awesome artifact sets when they're available. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on your way out, and check out @OG Deathknight on social media to see what I get up to out of the classroom. See you later, boneheads! I mean, class dismissed!